Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Carolina Case Farm, where I clearly need to wash my tractor. Good heavens, that's awful. But we're still working, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to do it right now. So we are plowing this field. This is our field 10. We had inherited a crop on this field, and we want to get this job done. One thing I'm going to do though is fix that part over there that the AI messed up. And then we are going to bring our trusty seeder over, and we will be doing some planting while we have a worker help us with this plowing. And hopefully by the end of this episode, we're looking at a nice crop in here. This field is just the right size for me. I don't like fields that are so big that it takes forever to get anything done, and I don't like fields that are so small that they're not worth hauling your equipment to it. This is just right. And looks like the neighbor planted some potatoes over there. You can tell by the texture of the furrows. That's why I said that. Looks like we're having a little bit of a traction problem here. I don't know if that's something that could be fixed with weights. I know in real life that would work, but I don't know if that would work in the game. And there's no attacher on the front, and I don't think this is a tractor that you can adjust the wheel weight. But that's what you would do in real life if you were slipping like this. I think. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what you would do. Put some additional weight on those back tires so they don't slip. I have to say this. I don't mean to be critical, but I don't think that we've had as many people critiquing this series, which either means I've been technically better, or those people got fed up with the channel and stopped watching. Hopefully it's that we're just doing better and we're making better decisions, because over the years I've had people tell me all the things I do wrong playing this game. And admittedly, I want to do things right. So if there's a detail that I have wrong, please do let me know, especially if it's something that's fixable. Like one time somebody said that I don't drive straight. So, I don't intentionally drive crooked. It just must be the way that I drive. It also doesn't help that I do mouse and keyboard, and I never use course play or any of that stuff. So some people you think are driving great are probably just letting a robot do it. So there's that. But, I've had people like comment about how I plow, like the direction of the furrows. I've had people comment on, things that were what I think is relevant to the farm. Now here's a question. Should I plow to create field and kind of do an angle here? Because this seems a little silly. Like, why did we do this? I don't know. It's not like going around something hard, like a whole tree or building or something. It just seems like an arbitrary distance from the house for that. Look at that traction. Gosh, it's terrible. Okay, hopefully they'll be alright. And we're going to get in this one Did I accidentally... No, look at me working smarter, not harder. I already switched it over to oats so that I would know that that's what I decided to put in this field. Let's go. Thank you, past me, for solving this problem for present me. Oh, this tractor sounds so bad. Listen to that. There's so many old school tractors on this game. Why wouldn't they just... Anyways, I'm not going to be critical of modders. I don't know how hard any of that is, so... I think we'll go ahead and top off our seed here with as much as this will put in for us. And we'll get started. Alright. Not quite as much as I had hoped. We're going to need to buy both seed and fertilizer to finish this job. But beggars can't be choosers, as they say. Now, is this one that I have to... I think I have to just hit V. Yeah, and then once it's down, yes, it works. Okay. Alright, good. So this is going to be... It will have one application of fertilizer on it, which is lovely. We're going to have a lot of straw. My goodness. We're going to have a lot of straw. And if I recall, you guys are probably like, we watched it. You don't have to tell us. If I recall, one of the main reasons why I went with the oats is not only because you get straw that you can sell, but we'll be able to harvest it on the same day as the wheat. So we can just lease our harvester. Why are you stopping? I slowed down so that you would go past. Whatever. So we'll be able to just lease our harvester for a single day. So we'll save a little bit of money that way too. So we're making a little bit of cash off of these trees we're chopping down. But the majority of the cash we've made this year, this in-game year, has been through finding those little toys, and that revenue stream is gonna dry up once we find them all. So we don't want to be relying on that too much. But this seems to be going pretty well. Getting this field going good. We're at 192. So I think we're going about, what would you say, 40-ish per row? 50 maybe? No, not 50. Yeah, let's say 40 per row. So that's another... No, you have not completed your task. You've completed a section of your task. Old dirty case. ODC, old dirty case. There's room there to turn around. This should be okay. Alright. That looks pretty good. Alright. Back to this job. Is it down? It is. Alright, here we go. Onward and upward. Or down the hillward. If you guys have checked out the new farm, the Agco farm that I started. Let me know what you think. I I haven't gotten a ton of comments on it yet. A few people with some encouragement, which was nice. You know, hopefully this one will be good, or they think it might be good. But I'd love any feedback if you have any about. I mean, I did a little bit of research on Agco so that I would have the right brands and everything. But if you guys know of any mods that would be appropriate for that, please do let me know. I feel like this save has kind of taken on the identity that I want, and I have a path forward for two tractors. I'm gonna get that Agri King, whatever it's called, and then I'm gonna get the one that a lot of people have used in Farm Sim, but I haven't yet. Was it like a 5250 or 50? I don't know. It's a case, and it's vintage enough that it'll fit the farm. But as you guys have seen, this is not a purely vintage playthrough. This is more of a theme playthrough that is mostly using older vehicles, older and smaller. But I'm not going to run out and get some. I'm trying to think of the name of that mod. Not because I want to knock it, but it's like there's like a case with no driver. What's that called? Autonomous. The autonomous case. I'm not going to go buy that, right? That even though that fits that it's case, it does not fit the spirit of this playthrough at all. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? I want to keep using stuff like this. This is great. I love it. Actually, after I turn around, I'm gonna hop into cab mode. I'm probably like, you wuss. Why don't you hop in the cab and make the turn? Well, because I'm a wimp. Okay, this is gonna be hard enough to get this curve right. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was gonna be looking at the wheel. Oh, and I can't change my head angle at all. Our head is here. Okay, that's that's difficult. Sorry if I'm making anybody sick with this head movement, but why didn't it fertilize there, that little section? That's weird. Oh, geez. How much did I miss? Okay. Well, we are going to pull this up. I'm going to switch view, and we're going to come up here and get... we're going to shoot our profits. Got to get both seed and fertilizer. Oh my gosh. Is there cheaper? Ooh. 1820. 1920. 1,000. 1,000. Well, there we go. And then this guy. Oy vey. 2,600 buckaroos. This is what we call the cost of doing business. Alright. Back to it. Ain't nothing to it the way we do it. It's weird that it opens automatically when you get near those. I mean, I get why they do that, because people are like, this doesn't work, this mod's broken, it won't let me load. That's my incompetent farm sim player voice. I hope you find it convincing. All right. Okay. That looks terrible. Did I miss that spot? See, that's why I shouldn't drive in cab mode. But in my defense, I spent half of the time trying to figure out why that triangle didn't show up as fertilized. Zero reason for it. It's clearly whatever. You can't spend too much time trying to think about the logic of stuff with this game. It might have been that the wheels were off balance. It might have been something in the soil from the last time it was planted. Just no way of knowing. Just count it as not gonna work. You know, I used to think stuff like that was weird and just glitchy, FS being FS. But I'll tell you what has changed my mind. Watching Grant and Spencer, the guys from the squad, Grant Hilbert, Spencer Hilbert, watching them do real farming. Because the stuff that happens, like the crazy real life stuff that happens, like a windstorm knocked all of our corn on its side. We don't know what percentage of our corn we lost because of that. Like, oh yeah, that's a thing, that happens. Or a pipe burst, you know, like the pipe that broke and flooded part of Spencer's farm. Like, are you kidding me? So they had to dig it up, fix, repair the pipe, put it all back together. And you don't get any of that back. You don't get your time back. You don't get your, cost money. It doesn't have any real return, but he couldn't not fix it. It's right in the middle of his farm. So that gave me some real much needed perspective on, okay, there's a little patch there. Maybe that simulates it's too wet, On a hillside like this, probably not, but maybe the tractor was leaking hydraulic fluid and it kept the seeds from germinating, or what, like one of the jets got clogged on the fertilizer spray, or dropper or whatever. I guess it wouldn't be jets. I guess the fertilizer on this kind just drops like the seed, huh? I imagine. I don't know 100%. Maybe you guys know. But I imagine... I can't get the right angle there. I imagine in here, you're dropping fertilizer at X rate relative to the rate of the seed. So, if it's like 3-to-1 or 5-to-1, I have no idea what the ratio would be, but it's dropping pellets of fertilizer along with the seeds. So we're going to have a field of wheat and a field of oats. And the wheat is going to go straight in the silo as chicken feed. The oats will sell probably off the field. We might keep it for a little bit. But the big thing we're not forgetting. Does everybody remember the big thing we're not forgetting? The big thing we're not forgetting is, what are we doing in July? Everybody say it with me now. We're selling the soybeans. Right? We're selling the soybeans out of the silo. That's going to be big money. It's going to hopefully help us purchase our slightly bigger tractor. So this guy will be on pretty much all AI duty after that. Oh, I didn't see the plow. Missed that area around that tree. Dang it. I don't know if this will plow over, if this will plant over that, or if it will just skip it. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Oh, you know what I you know what I need to try? Uh, I heard that YouTube made a new change where there's going to be visual effects when you ask people to. Oh, it did plant over it. That's good. There's going to be visual effects when you ask people to like and subscribe and all that. I don't know if just saying it quickly offhand like that will make it, but look down below, below the screen if you're not already subscribed, and look to see if the subscribe button, it kind of like lights up like in multicolors for a second. Uh, but I will say, if you're watching at the 21-minute mark and you're not subscribed, just subscribe. It's free. You're clearly enjoying it if you're still here, and I appreciate you being here. And that way you'll get the next one, so you can see when this crop grows. You know, you can watch me harvest it here in another couple episodes. See how much money we get for this field. See if the 2,600 we just invested in seed and fertilizer ultimately pays off. It will, but not as well as you think. Oats pay pretty well. I bet this field of oats will get us in the neighborhood of $12,000, something like that. 14 maybe. So for 2,500, it's really not that bad. And we will probably put another. I almost said helping. Boy, I must be getting hungry. Another serving. Another application of fertilizer to make it even more productive. We'll get that 100%. Might as well, right? If we're going to take the time to rent a combine. So my path forward, as I started to say earlier, my path forward is sell the soybeans, hopefully a couple trees, whatever we need to. Maybe by then we'll have some wool to sell. Sell those things and buy that middle tractor. Then we'll start the long, hard road to purchase the bigger tractor. Once we get the bigger tractor, we'll start the long, hard road of buying our own combine so we don't have to lease it when we do our harvests. And then once we have all of those things, we'll probably shift to saving up to buy some land. I like the amount of land we have here. This will be fun for a couple of years. But then I'm even thinking, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of essentially field flipping. I know that when the game first came out, people like talked about that. Like, can't believe you would do that. It's just manipulating the game. But Daggerwind had a rule that if he bought and harvested a field, oh, is he gonna get out of that? I noticed. Daggerwind's rule was if he bought and harvested a field, he had to plant it before selling it again, which I thought was a good compromise. You know, good rule overall. Oh, it just clips right through the tines. But part of what I'm getting at is there are parts of this map that we won't even see if I don't do something like that. Like I had in mind in particular, you know, we're down here. No, I'm sorry, we're up here in this corner. We're never even gonna see, you know, a lot of this stuff more than just cursory driving through. So if I was to say, by field 37 just to harvest it, maybe then we replow it, which would essentially be free, then sell it. You know what I mean? Just some other thing that we do to make it so we're not just exploiting the game to get the crop, but so that we have opportunities to work other fields. Or we could just take contracts on other fields and not buy them. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think, if you think that's manipulating or whatever. I should have put that guy on a hired worker. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and finish this up here. And I'm going to try to finish this little job. We should get done with this. We should have about 10,200. That's pretty good. I know I either need to sell those bales or haul them up to storage. Looks so redneck leaving them there. But we're going to have a lot of straw. I wish there was something we could do with it other than just sell it off the field. Or use it for animals. What I really should do is get that. There's a mod that allows you to pick up the bales, like 12 at a time. You just go around and pick them all up, and then hauling those to sell wouldn't be as bad. I mean, it's still only like $2,000 or something for a whole big batch of them, but at least that would make the work less tedious. What bugs me about doing this job with like the single spike on the back, it's like, am I really going to drive halfway across the map, one bale at a time, to go make $50, whatever they are each? What did we say? It was like 200, I think. Even still, not very good money for the amount of work that it takes to get it. And I know I could chop the straw, not actually bale it. Just whining, okay? Just whining. Alright. So the worker's going to get that finished up for us. I'm going to stop at the house and see if we have the garden hose, because this tractor is disgusting. Nope, just a chainsaw. Don't cut the tractor. Okay, well that's another thing we need to do then is enable the. Actually, maybe that's something I need to purchase. I think it's miscellaneous. Yeah, here we go. $55. We can afford that. There we go. New vehicle. Now that is a funny looking vehicle. But we got to get this guy looking a little bit better. He's been the star of the show so far. I've had a lot of screenshots with this old Case 1370. These are nice old cases, though. I'm really enjoying this playthrough. Not as familiar. These tractors are not as familiar to me as the Case IH ones. But I like how they look, and I think we're in good shape. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I appreciate everybody checking out this farm. Bye for now.